Well, welcome to Olargues, and it's 7:05 in the morning, and somewhere here there is another Devil's Bridge. Yeah, I've really no idea where I'm going. Just follow the sound of the water. There's a lot of little dead ends and nooks and crannies in this town. See, this could all be private. We'll see. Oh no, it opens up. What a pretty little town. And there it is there, you can just barely make it out. Another Devil's Bridge. Shame she's not illuminated. We'll go take a look. Chateau Noir. Well, there's some lighting on the bridge, and a little plaque. Let's see what it says. Pontview, Old Bridge, Ponte Marbre, Marble Bridge, 2.4 meters. And that's kind of the Lager Uril, constructed in the 12th century to allow access to the new village of Olargues. Not much more info. Nothing about a myth or a fable. 12th century. A little bit of rain we have is going to keep the drone out of the sky today, but it's meant to clear up tomorrow. I know it's only 7 a.m. I found an air about 1 kilometre down the road and had a very good night's sleep there, with the intention of getting up and doing it all this morning, but yeah, the rain probably doesn't make for a good one, but I have a lot of time, so I can spend the day checking out the town, which is there. Some sort of church tower there, we heard the bells earlier. And get up early tomorrow and get the shots that we need. There's a little church. Faubourg Saint-Roch. Oh, that's a pretty little church. Very nice. Floors. Yeah, people going to work. There's a restaurant there. Let's see what's on offer. Les Fleurs d'Olargues. Yeah, it's hard to see with that reflection of the raindrops. Ponte Diable. Head back across and have a little wander around the town. What time is it now? It's only 7:11. It won't be bright till well after 8, closer to 8:30. Take a wander up and head back to the van. I've just noticed these sort of blood red stones. It's really obvious now. I didn't see them earlier. There's one there, another one there. That one there is really blood red. On this bridge made of marble. You just never know where you're going to come out in this place. What am I whispering? I guess there's a lot of people still asleep. So I thought the church was that way, but the sign there says it's that way, Rue de Four. So I imagine somewhere on this road there's a public oven for the use in the village. I saw similar stuff in Italy, or villages like this didn't cook bread in their own homes. They had a public oven for Rue de Pile Antique. Okay, let's go look for that oven house later. I saw one in the witch village in Italy, and it wasn't accessible, but instead of a big wooden door it had a metal grill, so you could actually see in and see how it worked. Very interesting. Chemin de Citadelle. I don't know if it's that way, but this path is easier to walk up than those stairs. Castrum tour that way. But I just discovered a little museum. And the door was open, so why not go have a look? Whoa, that's creepy. Oh my God. What is going on here? Saint Jean Baptiste, papal bull on the 15th of February 1113. The Pope Pascal II. Place l'Hôpital de Saint Jean sous toute tutelle. This is where he's getting his papal bull. That's kind of cool. And do I keep going down, or does that just undo all the good work I did climbing up? There's the museum. So that door's definitely locked. Yeah, I think we'll go back up. That's incredible, those stone steps. Lintels. I didn't notice when I was coming down them, but definitely noticed going up them. Unreal. Okay, we'll go up and have a look at the église and the tower. Well, there's the clock tower. Hardly visible in this light. They didn't seem fit to cobble the road up to the church. There won't be any view. There's far too many trees in the way. Maybe there's a bit of a view. So disorientating. So all of a sudden these blue lights just came on and it's 7:26. The door light is on. I imagine they're going to start ringing the bells maybe at 7:30. I did read somewhere online that the motorhome parking is quite close, and anyone who camped there didn't get a wink's sleep because the bells just go all night. Now I didn't hear them, I was over a kilometre away and had a peaceful sleep. There wasn't even that much traffic, even though it was kind of right on the edge of the road. There was plenty of trees, but yeah, no disturbed sleep. But yeah, that looks much better, all lit up. Right, time to head back down. Yeah, that was the 1/2 bell. Do we only get one? I guess we only get one on the half hour. We got about a dozen on the 7:05 mark. Public toilets, handy to know. A Christmas tree. This caught my eye in the corner. Rue de Port Goubert access place, but I love how they build houses on top of these things. Is that a wooden lintel? Yeah, wooden. Very dark up that way. Yeah. Reminds me of Bassano Vecchia when I lived there a few years ago. All built on the top of a hill. What it is. And I'm sorry it's not working, but that's just one of the coolest electrician advertisements I've ever seen. JB Electronique. Bonjour. Chapelle Saint-Étienne opens at 8:30. I guess that's it in there. Ooh, there was light, now it's gone. Right, take that as a sign. Coin de Lune, corner of the moon. An empty artist atelier. Looks like some of the buildings you see in Chester. It's wooden and then packed with mud and straw. Pretty. So, starting to get a little bit bright out now. It's a nice little park at the edge of the river. I read online they do a night market here, but maybe closer to Christmas or maybe in the summer only. Not a lot of people around. It's far too early. So back to the van, have an old cup of tea, and figure out the next move. Everything seems to be closed seasonally, so getting supplies might be a bit of a hassle if I'm going to stay for 2 days. But it's only it's like an 18-minute drive or 15-minute drive back to the last town. Actually, not a bad view of the Devil's Bridge from here. Very moody skies. Oh, it's just turned 10 o'clock and I figure now's as good a time as any to photograph the bridge. I've done a bit of another recce. Let's grab the old tripod. I actually don't have to go too far from the van to where I want to shoot it. It's not raining. It's cleared up nicely. I figure just in the park is probably the best spot. Here are these guys in high vis walking down. Municipal workers. Yeah, I'll just set the tripod up here in the park. See what shots we can get. This is possibly the best spot. I'm just trying to get a good metering. Quarter a second at 50 ISO. Aperture 9.5. It's at 8. Give it a go at that. Don't know if I'm cheeky enough to stick the drone if it'll disturb anybody, but give this a go. Let's have a look down the viewfinder there. Yeah. Good as anything, I reckon. First. Fresh. Oh, don't forget the dark side. Yeah. Lovely. Can we stick the drone? Maybe we'll pack everything into the van. Have it all ready in case we get rumbled. Let's take another couple of shots of it. That's a ISO 50 tan something or other. It's illegible now. I'm gonna do a couple of shots with the Cosmo 100 speed, black and white. So yeah, give it a the rain started coming down. I'm not going to stick the drone up yet. There's still nothing open in town, so I think the plan will be go back to the last town I was in and get some supplies. Come back. What time is it now? It's nearly 11. It'll be getting dark soon, so I can maybe stick the drone up later. That'll be the plan. So, slight change of plan. I've got the Bronica there on the tripod. I hung around until it got dark just to get like a little drone shot. What's it doing now? Oh, okay, display. And the drone shot was so spectacular and the bridge is actually lit up that I was like, you know what? I'd actually jumped in the van and I was heading on to the next bridge. And I thought, no, go back. I've driven a long way to get here, so yeah, I'm going to try and do a few stills from the same spot as before. Yeah, that's beautiful. Right. I'll knock you off while I take a few shots and then I'll go back and get the Bronica. I am back at the van. I've decided I'm going to stay a bit longer and work this out. The Sony works beautifully with the wide angle. I'm not getting much detail of the bridge. So I'm going to swap it up, swap the Bronica out of that tripod, stick the Sony on. I'll get my meter readings basically from the Sony and I'll put them into the Bronica. That'll be the plan. But yeah, it's only 28 minutes down the road to the next bridge anyway, so it doesn't really matter what time I get out of here at. But yeah, it's too exciting. Right, she's all set up with the 150. Oop. Gently does it. Pop that down there first. Right. Back in a jiffy. Yeah, busy enough, the traffic at the moment. I have to set the 400 ISO at an 8 in a second. Let's see how that looks. Nice, but it doesn't get the whole bridge in. Well, gets as much as you can kind of see visually. That could be the way to set up the Bronica, because I have 400 ISO film in. Should add an 1/8 of a second. Seems quite short, but we can experiment. Might try another lens on this next. Try the 80mm. Yeah, back in the van. Oop. Here's my microphone, still attached. Leave it there. There we go. Take 2. Back in the van. It's a bit of a faff to change these lenses, because you also have to change the lens adapter. Let's try 80mm. This could be the best option. Where's the red dot? Can you see it, Cap? Didn't make a lovely click, but I'd say she's on. Actually, it's not too bad setting these up. Fingers crossed that I need to get an air blower, that this gets it all in, and then after that we're moving up to the Bronica. So, done with the digital. Time to get on with the Bronica. I'm not 100% satisfied. Well, we'll see when I can get these images transferred and get a better look at them. I'm not really liking the results that I can see through the viewfinder, focus wise, but that could just be my eyes, you know, blind as a bat-ish. Anyway, we'll swap this out for the Bronica and move along. So, got the Bronica all set up. Do you know what? It's actually a very wide shot. I mean, I can get the clock tower in and the bridge. I might swap that lens out and do another shot and try and get a closer one up. I'm just going to do a metering, because I have my ISO and my shutter. I just don't have the aperture. Why is it doing that? ISO locked. Saving? Okay. Cancel that. Yeah, because the Bronica lenses don't talk to the Sony. They're not compatible electronically, but physically with the adapter they work quite well. And you know what I was doing as well? I lost my glasses, so I got these cheap €2 ones, and I was lifting them to look in the viewfinder, meaning I couldn't focus. What I've realised with the Bronica is, with the glasses on, it's in focus as it should be. Let me just do a quick light meter here, and I'll fire off a shot and maybe get a longer lens onto it. Given me a ridiculous aperture of like 1.3 or something. These lenses don't go down to 1.3, so I set it to the lowest aperture, which is 3.5, I believe, and it's telling me to reset the exposure for a second. So I'll go ahead and do that now. A professional I am not. There, full second exposure. It's a bit more scary when it's film, isn't it? Dark slide, Kevin. Dark slide out. She's wound on. And that's that. I'm gonna get a longer lens so I can just get the bridge on its own. There's a car going over the Devil's Bridge. Oh my god. What the fuck is he thinking? It must be a very small car. That's incredible. I didn't think cars could drive over it. Jesus Christ. They're as bad as Italians, eh?